In the first episode, we talked about PVDF and what is PVDF at a very high level. And today we're going to talk about PVDF again, but we're going to talk from the technical side of it. And with me today is Richard Kopinsky. Richard, could you introduce yourself for us?
Yeah, sure. I'm Richard Kopinsky, AkzoNobel's global technology lead for Coil and Extrusion.
So we're going to just start with some questions. I'm going to start with the first one, Richard. Can you remind the audience what's so valuable about this PVDF resin? Why do our customers use this?
Because it's a high molecular, very crystalline type resin, it has exceptional weather resistance, and hence it's great use for wiring in aerospace and outer space. It has resistance to ultraviolet light, has high thermal and chemical resistance, as well as very good abrasion resistance, has high mechanical strength and toughness. And this including the fact that we can actually formulate good flexible coatings out of it. It's a very versatile type product.
Out of those properties that you mentioned, what are the most important ones for our customers and the coatings that go on metal?
Predominantly, the reasons that we use it in coatings is because it does give longevity and durability. PVDF is also a very effective barrier to multiple chemicals because of this high carbon-fluorine bond. And this results in exceptional corrosion protection and resistance to degradation when we put it onto various substrates. So it really does protect and beautify substrate for long periods of time.
And in comparison to maybe some other technologies, other coating technologies, how does PVDF compare?
I think it's out there as probably the most durable coating system that's been offered for the last 60 years. Even looking at the plastic erosion rate of the coating over time, we've done a lot of studies and we found that PVDF erodes at a very small fraction a year.
And you mentioned some of the studies that we've done. What are some of the tests that we do to test these properties?
We've done a lot of testing and specifications as outlined by the ARMA 2605 type specifications. In that particular specification, many of the tests are around practical aspects of what we need to do with these coatings in the building industry. The sorts of tests that we do is resistance to alkaline. So we do mortar resistance. We do uric acid, which is typically what's used to clean cement off of brick and buildings. And so this could be splashed onto the coating in its use. We also test for abrasion, bump resistance, impact resistance in case the coating or substrate is damaged on a building site. All these sort of practical aspects that makes product very robust in its processing and its in situ use in construction is well noted for the last 50, 60 years.
And how do we test for weathering over time?
There are a number of accelerated tests that we use, but ultimately we do put most of our panels out on exposure in various locations to evaluate these coatings for robustness, for corrosion, and various other types of properties.
What are some of the options for our customers?
It depends on the market, I guess. In Coil coating specifically, we have been offering many premium systems that can perform in a similar way to PVDF, but not necessarily as durable long term, but would normally meet the expectations of end customers. Typically, in the US, we offer Ceramostar 1050, which we have a long warranty period on in the North American market. In the Australian and Asian and European markets, we offer a range of premium polyesters and polyurethanes which cater for the types of substrates that are used in these markets. And these are formulated to give what we would call the service life that's required of building products that we supply in the market. We've been supplying a lot of these for the past 30, 40 years as well. So we have a lot of buildings and structures that have had these systems out and are performing well in these environments with no complaints by customers.
So depending on where you are in the world and what your needs are, we may have alternates for you. So it's important that customers reach out to their usual contacts to kind of walk through those options. We have a very experienced sales and technical team, and they can help our customers, guide them through that decision. They can go through the data, they can bring technical people in to really help provide that decision support for our customers. And since each customer has very specific needs and requirements, I think that's probably the best route to go.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I think a lot of alternative systems that we supply in PVDF are considered acceptable alternatives and meet the expectations of what people want. Typically, a lot of people want a 40-year life. A lot of the systems we supply lead to that sort of film integrity performance with acceptable levels of colour and beige over that period of time. And these systems have performed in a similar way to PVDF, but not necessarily at the same cost. So people are using this because there are other benefits as well as just the durability aspects. Pros and cons on both sides, and we know each of them, and the customers understand those issues, and that's why they tend to use fibre PVDF for a particular job or a powder for a particular job.
So to summarize, Richard, when speaking with our customers around the world, we give them the advice to reach out to your usual AkzoNobel contact, and they can help navigate you through some of these decisions and give you the support you need to make the right choices for your business. You can also reach out to us on our website and follow us on our social media channels too.